Hi LEGO fans! You're a brickhead, Hagrid! Diagon Alley is coming, but the delay in shipping gave me just enough time to review this little beauty. Today, I'm going to be unboxing, speed building, and reviewing set number 40412, Hagrid and Buckbeak, a 270-piece Brickheadz twin pack from LEGO Harry Potter. We'll also be taking a look at every LEGO Rubeus Hagrid ever made, and every Buckbeak. Hagrid and Buckbeak are the 102nd and 103rd LEGO Brickheadz. They depict half-giant Keeper of Keys and Grounds at Hogwarts, Rubeus Hagrid, and Cheater of Death, Buckbeak the Hippogriff, also known as Witherwings. Hagrid and Beaky are the 6th and 7th LEGO Harry Potter Brickheadz. We previously had Albus Dumbledore, Ronald Weasley, Hermione Granger, Harry Potter, and his snowy owl Hedwig. We'll reunite all of the gang later in the video. The box art is pretty much what you'd expect from LEGO Brickheadz, but the box does have a pleasing heft thanks to the 270-piece part count. On the side we have a picture of the real Hagrid and Buckbeak, which gives us a good sense of proportion between the two characters. The back of the box has some more product photography and confirms that both characters come on the usual 6x6 display base plates. Something that makes me happy is that the box is taped shut. This means I can neatly flatten the box and save it. Here's everything you get inside that box. We've got 2 bags of LEGO numbered 1 for Hagrid, and another marked with the number 2 for Buckbeak. We also have a 42-page instruction booklet for Hagrid, and a 34-page instruction booklet for our feathery felon. I'm going to go ahead and build the Hagrid and Buckbeak Brickheadz, and today this is going to be a 60-second speed build. And here are the completed Hagrid and Buckbeak Brickheadz from LEGO Harry Potter. Build time today was 36 minutes and no time turner was required. We're going to take a detailed look at both the Hagrid and the Buckbeak Brickheadz. We'll also be taking a look at every LEGO Hagrid and every LEGO Buckbeak. Finally, we'll be reuniting every LEGO Harry Potter Brickhead ever made so far. May there be many more to come. So this is half-giant Keeper of Grounds and Keys at Hogwarts, Rubeus Hagrid. He was born in 1940 and his parents were the giantess Fridwulfa and human Mr. Hagrid. He also had an elder half-brother Grawp who appeared in a different video. This is unquestionably Hagrid, but I do prefer viewing him from an angle. When viewed from the front, you're immediately drawn to the big shiny forehead and those soulless eyes. I would have liked to have seen some hair overhanging the face just to soften that look. The costume, however, is perfect and shows Hagrid's long gamekeeper coat. We even have Hagrid's trademark belt. Comparing the Brickheadz Hagrid to some of the minifigures, it seems they got most of the features right. He's carrying a lantern for forays into the dark forest, and a wand disguised as a pink umbrella. Hagrid technically isn't allowed to do magic, but that doesn't stop him having some fun with Dudley Dursley. There's some really nice detail using plates and quarter circle tiles to create the lapels of his coat. Moving back to the face, we do have Hagrid's beard, but it looks a little bit short. That said, I do like the use of the studs for texturing. Studs have also been used extensively in Hagrid's hair, which is usually quite frizzy and crazy. LEGO does seem to have some trouble deciding on whether Hagrid's hair is black or if it's brown. The first 3 Hagrid minifigures had black hair, and the most recent 2 had brown hair. With that being the case, I'm kind of surprised they went with black for the latest Brickhead. Brickhead's hair is usually quite smooth and made out of cheese slopes, curves and plates. We actually see quite a lot of angled pieces in Hagrid's hair. We've got many elements layered on the sides and also on the top to give the hair volume. From the back he looks remarkably like Brian May. The sides and the back of the coats are quite plain and don't have any printed details. It would have been nice to have seen some pockets printed on the side. Overall, despite some missing details, I do think the designers did a good job with Hagrid. He should really be a lot taller and wider than the other characters, but even the movies don't truly respect that. Hagrid has always been a popular character within LEGO Harry Potter. As well as the Brickhead, we have 5 different designs to date. He first appeared in this yellow-faced form in 2001, and this was included with 4 sets. That design was adapted slightly in 2004 when LEGO adopted the flesh-coloured skin tones. The facial print was identical and just as freaky on both skin colours. The same goes for the hair and beard elements. The same mould was used for the body and the same printed design. LEGO did however switch up the colours in the print. Early Hagrid figures had these kind of weirdly realistic fingers. You'll also notice that the 2004 hands are a lot smaller than the 2001 hands. Moving on to 2010, Hagrid got another makeover. The actual moulded body is the same, but the printing has been totally upgraded. We also have a dark brown instead of the reddish brown top coat. The other detail that got an upgrade is the facial expression, which is a little less freaky but not a lot. In terms of the beard and hair, they were exactly the same. The 2010 version of Rubeus Hagrid appeared in 3 sets. Hagrid was completely redesigned in 2018 and everything changed, even his height. There are 2 current variations of Hagrid being used in the 2018 through 2020 wave of LEGO Harry Potter. The one on the right is exclusive to the Beauxbatons carriage set. These both use the same facial expressions and hair and beard elements. The main difference is that the hair and beard has changed from black to brown. The quality of printing on Hagrid has also gotten a lot better. If you do want to take a closer look, then do go check out my 2018, 19 and 20 Harry Potter reviews. Since 2018, the legs are no longer an integral part of Hagrid's body. We simply and ironically attach a child-sized pair of legs. To bring the new Hagrid up to the same height as the very first Hagrid, all you need to do is add some of the medium movable legs. They may look a little bit odd, and I'm not sure they make them in brown yet, but that is a thing. Of course, the most interesting of the 2 Brickheads is Buckbeak, or as Hagrid calls him, Beaky. He also later goes on the run with Sirius Black and is known by the alias Witherwings. A Hippogriff is a magical beast very similar to a griffin. It has the front legs, wings, and head of a giant eagle. A Hippogriff also has the body, hind legs, and tail of a horse. Those features for the griffin would come from a lion. The way the front legs are constructed is very simple but effective. Buckbeak has one of these arched pieces to represent the muscular legs. The talons are equally simple and use these angled plates. Buckbeak is fortunate to still have a head, and this sits forward of the body. The face, if you can call it a face, of the Hippogriff is actually quite cute. It's a far cry from the creature that scared the crap out of Malfoy. There's a large beak constructed from 2 roofing tile elements, and a pair of those soulless Brickheadz eyes which seem to burrow into your soul. On top of the head we have this white crest which looks great but isn't really the right colour. Like the actual LEGO figure, the plumage should be flecked with grey and white. You'll also notice quite a discrepancy with the eye colour. I have to wonder why LEGO didn't use the yellow variant. In all fairness, this does probably answer the question. This just makes Buckbeak look like Mr. Magoo. Even though the colours of the eyes and the crest may not be exactly right, they do give Buckbeak a very endearing look. I also like the texturing on the head, which gives the appearance of feathers. The body is quite small in relationship to the head, but this is of course a Brickhead after all. The wings may not be big enough to get Beaky off the ground, but they do have some nice detail. What isn't detailed is the back of the head, which should really be textured with feathers. Buckbeak's tail is one of the more odd looking parts of the build. This should look like the tail of a horse, but it actually looks like Buckbeak has 2 tails. He certainly had 2 lives. Buckbeak was saved from the axe of Ministry Executioner Macnair thanks to Harry and Hermione. Following instruction from Dumbledore, they went back in time using a time turner to change the past. As Dumbledore says to Harry in the Goblet of Fire, "No spell can reawaken the dead, Harry. I trust you know that." In other words, Harry, we couldn't be bothered to go back in time to save your mum and dad, but feel free to use this time turner to go and rescue Buckbeak. The Brickheadz recreation of Buckbeak is not the first time he's been immortalised in LEGO. This little beauty came out in 2004 and appears in 2 different sets. 4750, Draco's Encounter with Buckbeak, which also includes a version of the Monster Book of Monsters, and 4753, Sirius Black's Escape. For something that LEGO produced over 16 years ago, this is actually pretty detailed. I really like the feathery texture on the body and the head. The beady eyes are slightly less attractive, but we do have that beak and also the crest. Little did we know at the time that it would be 15 years before we'd see another LEGO Hippogriff. That moment came in 2019 with set number 75947, Hagrid's Hut, Buckbeak's Rescue. This version of Beaky is the most realistic of all. The shape of the crest, the colours in the plumage, and the yellow eyes are perfect. We even had the weird combination of eagle's talons at the front and horse's legs at the back. LEGO did try and do that in 2004, but it just didn't come out quite so well. To cut a long story short, both Buckbeak and Sirius Black escaped a terrible fate. Buckbeak, now known as Witherwings, spent some time on the run with Sirius Black and eventually went into hiding at 12 Grimmauld Place. Spoiler alert! After Sirius Black was killed in the Department of Mysteries, Buckbeak became the property of Harry Potter, but Harry made it possible for Buckbeak to live with Hagrid. What a convenient way to bring these guys back together. They may not be perfect, but I love Brickheadz and I love Harry Potter, so I couldn't be happier. The best bit is that we now have 6 of these beautiful blocky Brickheadz beauties to display. There are so many other cool characters that could get the Brickheadz makeover. How about a Professor Umbridge Brickhead? Maybe Professor McGonagall? Or even a Professor Trelawney? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below which characters from Harry Potter you would love to see turned into Brickheadz. So that was set number 40412, the Hagrid and Buckbeak Brickheadz from LEGO Harry Potter. I would have happily paid $15 to $20 for these, so getting them free as a gift with purchase was a big bonus. As these are in limited supply, they're selling for upwards of $30 on eBay. Unless LEGO change their mind and put these on sale, they are going to be quite a valuable free gift. In any case, I've really enjoyed building Hagrid and Buckbeak, and I hope you've enjoyed the video as much as I did making it. If you did, a like is always appreciated, and feel free to leave a comment because I do read them all and I try and respond to as many as I can. Thankfully, while I was finishing up this video, this baby arrived. Yes, I know it's the one you guys all want to see, so I'm going to get started on it straight away. Thanks a million for checking out today's review, stay safe, and we'll see you on the next build video.